What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Jay today, back with another YouTube video. First things first, I hope you all bear with me for the angle that I'm using for the video. I was hurt at work over the weekend, so I'm sitting in the most comfortable chair that I can at the moment that provides me with good lighting so everybody could see what's going on. With that being said, I hope this video piques somebody's interest. I hope all my videos pique y'all interest, but this video piques somebody's interest because I was thinking about my light played to moderately played to heavy play cards. Now these are not light played at any cost. They're more moderately to heavy played. But I was curious about these cards because these are cards from my childhood and the slab I'm going to talk about. And they need love too. With me, making cards, get encapsulated and having them preserved forever, basically, I was curious about what I should add to the bulk or add as a bulk order going forward. Now, the reason that started the curiosity was I was on Whatnot a few days ago. Two things actually kind of made me want to make this video. So I was on Whatnot a few days ago. I was on somebody's stream and I was just buying singles, and I noticed he had a PSA 7 first edition Needle King from what is it, base set, and he had it for $325. Now I said, wow, that's a lot for a grade 7, even though I know Charizards go for way more than a 7. I went to go look it up. The average price on price charting is $350 something, so he's selling it for about $25 off. So I was like, okay, that seems about right. It reminded me, there was something on price charting that I'm gonna talk about after what it reminded me of, but it reminded me of my slabs. So like I said, Mondays and Tuesdays, if you may not know, are my inventory days. That's usually when orders come in through the mail. I check if I have duplicates, reorganize my slabs, check the value of my cards, move them around, see which card I choose that I want to get graded and whatnot, etc., etc. And when I go move around my slabs, I remembered I had this PSA 5. Now the backstory for this is that I was on a stream and I placed the order. The order actually took a little longer than expected. I was getting in contact with the streamer and they felt bad, and we talked about it, and they said, all right, I'm going to give you this Zard, and I'm going to give you a Flareon Alt Art promo slab that's in a 9, but it's off camera, as a token of his gratitude for being late due to the mail and etc. Now, I wasn't going to turn down a Zard slab. Even though it's XY Evolutions, I wasn't going to turn down the slab, and it's a 5. Two cool things about it is I didn't know that the price of the Zard Raw in this set was going for about $40, and a 10 in PSA is going for about $2,000. I did not know that, so that's cool. And another thing is too, I have a Charmander in a PSA 9, so I need to get my hands on a Charmeleon. It doesn't matter, excuse me, I'm a little tongue twisted. Doesn't matter which grade I get it in. I just want to get it slabbed up, preferably PSA, because the other two are PSA, so I could finish the evolution line, and that'd be my first evolution line. And then that'd be something that I'll strive for as a little game with myself as far as collecting slabs. But with that being said, I noticed that this was a 5. Now, prior to the second thing that I'm going to mention, prior to that, I usually go to price charting to check out the prices of slabs that I'm going to sell, the ones that are on my Mercari page that I'm going to link into the description below. I usually average them out and I sell them for a little lower than the average. Therefore, I could cover the prices that I got them for, grading and etc., also providing a deal. And price charting never really had a basis on what they charge, like what the average price is going for cards 6 and below. It's always usually 7 all the way up to 10, like PSA 10, and there's a BGS 9.5, etc., etc. So with that, I was originally going to sell the Zard. If I was going to sell the Zard, it was going to go for the raw price of 37. The card and the fact of factoring and grading, you can't go wrong with it. If it's raw 37, you get a graded card for 37. You can't really go wrong with that, even as low as maybe like $35 to $33. But the other day, I noticed when I went to go to Price Chart and to go check out that Nido King that I mentioned a few minutes ago, I noticed there was a little blue arrow. The blue arrow, I clicked on it and it showed grades from raw all the way down to 10. So it's something I never seen before. And I was wishing. So it shows prices of what that card is worth in a grade 1 all the way to BGS 10. Before it was just PSA 10. Now BGS 10 and they don't have CGC up, but BGS 10 and CGC 10, especially if you get them in that new CGC black and gold label, or you get a BGS black label 10, that 10 is not just a regular 10. It's a perfect, pristine 10. It's like the amazing 10. It's the most valuable 10 that you can get a slab in. So it showed what a PSA 10 for, like, let's say a random card was about $170. If it was the BGS, it jumped to $400 because it's an even more extraneous grading. It's like the perfect card. So I really appreciated that. And it also gave me insight about me getting slabs that are 6 and under, because I have this in a 5. I have the Shining Hole promo in a 6. I have like maybe 2 or 3 other cards that are 5 or 6, and one being a 2, but I don't really care about that. That's just something I might end up giving away. But it gave me insight. So my next thing was, I had these cards. These are cards from my childhood. Not anything that I picked up offline. These are cards that I actually owned. There's actually more, but these were the most, like, I want to say the hitters out of everything. This Umbreon thing, I was shocked I had this, because the hollow for this card goes crazy. Even the reverse hollow goes crazy. This card raw is $32. But all of these cards are moderately to heavily played. They have damage, they have love. So I was curious, especially now that I notice people are striving to get PSA 1s on certain cards. This I know is a PSA 1 contender. Look at that water crease line. This card was cut in half. It was taped. I don't even know if they're going to accept this. But if they do, I'm hoping that it gets that PSA 1 so I can have it. Because then I don't know the population and stuff like that. Just to say I have it. But noticing that they have the grades now, it gives me a little bit more insight to figure out, should I get these cards graded? Because since I didn't pay for them, the only loss that I'm taking is the price per card that I grade them. Of course, I'm going to grade them in bulk because it's cheaper that way. It only is going to matter if the grade that they're getting, I don't think none of these are getting any higher than a 5. That if their 5 price is more than what I paid for the slab. Because, you got people that are interested, just to say. But they're going to go on the back burner for right now. They're not going to be sent out no time soon, only because I want to send out some cards that I plan on getting back and posting on the Mercari page to sell, because right now I'm just trying to turn things. I spent so much money on getting cards and trying to find slabs from people and stuff like that. I'm trying to actually cut some of that out and turn profit. So these cards right now, although they are if they were all in perfect condition, would be worth a lot of money, I'm just going to keep them in the back burner until I do another 2 or 3 bulk orders. But yeah, that's the moral of the video. And I was just curious if other people who have cards that are very dear to them, because these are dear to me. I had these cards 15 years. They've been sitting in the closet 15 years. They haven't been smushed. They haven't been tossed around, but just moved a little bit. But they weren't less tended to the, let's say, the seasons well. I just sleeved them. If they may have been sleeved, they might have been even more perfect. But because they weren't, nature kind of got to them with the whitening and stuff like that. But with that, like I said, with that being said, I'm curious to see if any of my subscribers or watchers have vintage cards that have, been neglected or loved, that were curious to say, you know what, I want to see what grade this is going to get and encapsulate it. Because now with that being said, I know people are going to be more inclined to say, you know what, I can go and get these cards graded and try to make a little profit. You're not expecting to get $2,000 from a damaged card. But if you have a membership or grading isn't that expensive to you and the card turns and you decide to say you want to part ways with it, you make a little something off of it. It's fair game. So You know, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know about your moderately played, heavily played card collection, how dear they are in the comments below. You know, talk to me. I'm very curious to know what's going on. After this, I'm going to probably look up all the values for everything in the grades at 5 and below and decide what I'm going to do with them later on. But thank you, everybody, and I hope to see you all next video. Later.